All right, guys. Sorry about the confusion. I just wanted to welcome everybody that's on this Google Hangout tonight. Sorry, we're starting about 8 minutes late, and this obviously will be a recording as well for anybody that wasn't able to make it on the Google Hangout. First and foremost, guys, we just wanted to say on behalf of Eric and I, we wanted to say how proud we are of everyone and how hard everyone's working, and things are going awesome. Everybody in the company, everybody at corporate is wondering what we're doing here with Team Flex and how we're able to actually go about maximizing the system. How to go out there and actually take the system and maximize it, and then maximize your check. And yeah, guys, I'm a firm believer in working smarter, not harder, and that's what systems are all about, right? Save yourself time, energy, and money, and so that's what we're doing here. And so if you guys have something to write with, I really encourage, obviously get something to write with, and we're going to go ahead and make this thing happen. So first, guys, we're taking the process in this roughly from about the time you've actually recruited the person, right? Two of the tools obviously we use to help lock somebody down when recruiting them is a three-way call. I believe that everybody should be using and maximizing as many three-way calls as humanly possible. We all know, most of us came from our previous network marketing company, and you should know that a third party is really what you're going to be using to actually close most people out. Okay, because it's all about the third party point of view. If myself and Erica we were arguing over who won the game last night or who won the Super Bowl, I say Seahawks, she says Patriots, Seahawks, Patriots, Seahawks, Patriots, and then we come across a homeless person sitting on the ground and he says, well, actually it was the Patriots. Like, we don't even need to check it out at that point. Like, we already know. We're like, oh, well, third party, right? Patriots obviously won that. I was wrong. And then we move on. And it's because the power of third party is everything. I mean, most people, when I went to high school that I tried to actually bring in the business, they saw me, hanging from the chandeliers, throwing up in the garbage can in the bathroom. Like, they're not going to trust my opinion on how to go out there and get rich. And so realistically, what you want is you want to put them on the phone with somebody they don't know, because they're going to respect their opinion, even though they're going to be telling that person a lot of the same information you were going to be telling them anyways. So you really want to show them, expose them, mint, and then what you want to do is you want to obviously put them on the phone with a third party to help close them out. Another tool that I use to help close people out is the system, right? So we've come up with a system. It's a lot like the one we used at our previous company. A lot of you guys obviously remember the S4S. This one's a little different, but it has a lot of the same points. It's called the Flex 5X system. Okay, and we've broken it up into chunks of 5, 10, and 15, and we'll explain all that later. But essentially, guys, the reason it's so important is because a lot of people, they say, oh, we're going to go out there and we're going to get rich, and you need to do this business because we're going to get rich. And realistically, what you really want to do is just show somebody, because somebody is, when they're joining network marketing, they don't really care so much about getting rich. Okay, the number one concern that they have is they just want to make sure that they can get their money back. Okay, and that's what's really important to somebody. Okay, hold on one second. I'm gonna actually move my area. All right, here. Okay, hold on one sec. Hopefully the lighting is better. I was just told that the lighting was pretty bad. Okay, so hold on, give me one sec. So now you have a system in place, okay, guys? Now, if you know anything about myself and Erica, like, we're just system builders, okay? We'll never tell you we're the most talented network marketers in the world or best recruiters or best sponsors or anything like that. But I'm a firm believer in smashing systems. And the reason is because I don't want to work necessarily hard. I just want to work really smart. And so with the system, what it's designed to do is it's designed to do two things. Number one, help launch your person. So when you first get somebody in the deal, obviously you're going to show them the system, so you don't have to necessarily babysit them the whole time. They know what they can be doing on the side of their job. But number two, it's also to help close them out when you're trying to recruit them. Okay, these are why you want really simple systems, because people want to be able to know that they can do this on the side of their job. or on the side of whatever else they're already doing. On a side note, guys, if you have questions, just ask questions. I think the question bar is on the right. If you have any questions, guys, while we're going, feel free to ask anything, and I can try to get to it as I go. So, like I was saying, most people, they don't necessarily care about getting rich. In fact, one of the main things that they really care about is actually just making their money back. Okay, so if you know, we have our kits, senior kit, junior kit, 350, 320, and then all the way up to about 618. Okay, so those are our kits currently that we have in Mint. Okay, and we'll go over a lot of that stuff here in a little bit. But realistically, what you want to talk to them about is essentially coming in with a $600 kit, right? And then what you want to show them is the system and how they can go out there, not only make their money back, but our system is designed to help the average person, which in network marketing is what you're really is what it's really all about, is helping the average person go out and win. And we want to show them how they can go out there and make $2,000 in their first 30 days. Okay, so $2,000, not $2 million, right? Nothing crazy like that. Just $2,000 in your standard network marketing company. There's a lot of people had like higher packages that they had to come in with, and then in that first 30 days they were actually making a lot less money back. So most people in most companies aren't making their money back, right? Most people in most companies might not even make money, but what you want is, and what we have here with Mint is a relatively lower startup cost. And then we have an awesome system in place that actually helps them not just make their money back, but right around for the average person go out there and make $2,000 in the first month. Now, if they want to do more work, they can go make more money, which is awesome. Okay, but this is we cater to the average person. Okay, because that's really where you want to keep it. So you're showing them, you want to learn this system, right? You want to write this down. You want to make sure you know this system. And the reason is because now when you're sitting down with somebody, this is going to help close them out. You're going to be showing them this system, right? So they're going to know, okay, if you do this, and this, you're going to be able to go out there and make your $2,000. So now their confidence, right? They're feeling a lot more confident in what you're telling them. They actually feel like, okay, if I follow what he's telling me to do, I can actually go out there and make this thing happen. Okay, so you've shown them the system, you've maybe done a three-way call, maybe vice versa, whichever. Now you've got yourself an agent, right, or a distributor. The distributor's in, right? Now you want them to come in with the 618 pack. Always start high, then work your way low. If you start low and try to work your way high, you're only going to be selling low packages, junior kits. Okay, so always start with the 618 pack, and realistically it is the best kit because we all know that it doubles the amount of shares you get for your enroller, for every person you enroll for the rest of your life. So you're essentially making double the money for the rest of your life as long as you come in with a senior pack. So it really does pay for itself very quickly. Okay, so we've launched. Now what you want to do, okay, you've recruited the person. You want to be able to launch them within their first 48 hours. Okay, so what does the launch look like? Okay. We don't have a blueprint sheet or anything like that. So when you're launching somebody and you have 48 hours, right? Because that's really like that crucial time that the person is like really, really excited. So you have 48 hours to launch this person. So what I would do, I'm really excited about this business because I actually believe you can build it behind a computer screen. You can do online marketing with this. You can do in-home events. You can do upfront, close and personal, Starbucks sit downs, whatever suits you. Okay, we're not going to tell you whether to do in-home events. We're not going to tell you to do sit downs. We're not going to tell you to build online. You kind of build, build where you build, right? But here's what I'll tell you. You need to launch the person within 48 hours. That's detrimental. You have to do that. Now, how do you launch them? I personally, you can do a Google Hangout. It does work. But I personally like the up close and personal, sit down at a Starbucks, everyone have a coffee, maybe one of the energy drinks that we have. And then you go through exactly, exactly what they should be anticipating in this business. Okay. For example, their why. Everyone that's watching this, everyone that gets launched needs to know their why. What does why stand for? What's hurting you? Okay, so you need to understand why you're doing this business, and that's for your sponsor. That's the sponsor's job to kind of sit down with you and kind of say, okay, hey, what do you want out of this? Everyone says they want to get rich, but we all know that that's not a good enough reason to do a business. Okay, you need to get really specific on what it is you really want inside of Mint and how Mint can help. So for instance, if you know, retiring your mom was one of the big things that you wanted, okay, this would be this is really important, and this is good. And the reason we want you to find your why is because in business, in life, there's ups and there's downs. But what we want is we want you to be able to have tunnel vision. Okay, we want you to be able to say, okay, I had a bad day or I had a really good day. I'm still focused on what it is I want. I know I'm gonna go get it, and I'm not gonna stop until my mom is retired. I'm not gonna stop until I'm traveling the world. I'm not gonna stop until, you know, I can put 5-carat, you know, diamond earrings up in my, you know, daughter's ear. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is you want. But just saying you want to get rich is not good enough. So it's the sponsor's job to sit down with the person and really break it down. You know, really kind of set the expectations. You know, what some of the things that they're going to be facing. You know, they're already in the business, so now you want to set the expectations, the realistic expectations for what they should be anticipating within this business. So that's the why. I always like to then talk about income goals. I think it's important. You know, a lot of people get awkward when you talk about making money, but I'm telling you, it's very important. You want to let people know. Like, now here's the deal. Like Eric Worre says, you want to ask them, you know, what amount of money they're wanting to make, maybe in the next 90 days, right? Then you want to ask them, you know, how many hours they're willing to put in to go make that. You know, and these are really important questions to ask, because you don't want somebody to have really unrealistic expectations. If they said, I want to make $1 million in the next 90 days, they go, I want to give 2 hours a week. Well, you'd be like, well, do you make a couple $1 million at your job? Like, is that something that you've actually experienced before? Because you want to set the expectations. Okay. Now, I'm not saying there's any amount of money that I would actually tell somebody you're not going to make that. Okay. But what I just want them to understand what's realistic. Now, I've seen people, you know, go make 10 grand in their first week inside a Mint. I mean, you can't really throw a number at me that I would be like, oh my gosh, why did you just say that? But you want to keep it realistic, and you want to set a plan of attack for them to be able to go out there, how many hours a week they're willing to give to go get that number. Okay, so talk about their income goals. I usually, you know, talk about maybe a week, maybe a month, maybe 90 days, and maybe a 5-year. Okay, now then you want to talk about our texting system. If you don't know it, go and write this down. Legacy Global Network. Everybody should be added to that page. Go to that page, go click Files, and then go click Hot Market System. Okay, this is a texting system that they've designed for the average person. There's plenty of videos floating around. We've done plenty of videos, calls that talk about the texting system, right? It's designed for the average person to go out there and basically ensure that they're not only going to have products not stack up in their shelves, but they're going to actually have people consuming the products without ever mentioning to them the business. And that's really where a lot of companies have failed. They've been business builder to business builder to business builder. But realistically, what takes you to that really long-lasting company is consumption. Consumption from people because they simply like the products at the price and the convenience that they can actually go get them. Okay, without ever even really wanting to do the business. That is so important. So you want, 50-year-old, Tina to be able to say, okay, listen, I just got my product. I don't know what I'm doing. Picks up a phone, follows this texting system, and is able to move a lot of those products out the door, because what it's going to do is it's going to give her confidence, and it's going to get her paid. So now she's getting paid. She's got people consuming the products, and now she's got a success story. So she can call up a friend and be like, oh my gosh, I just made $200 in an hour. I don't even know what I'm doing. Right? And now she's got a success story, because we all know facts tell and stories sell. Okay? It's the story that's very important. Okay? So we've talked about income goals, the texting system. I like to run people through their websites. Okay? This is a very underrated thing. A lot of times, we recruit people and we just expect them to figure it out. Be a sponsor. Run them through their websites so they know what they're doing. Okay, and so show them their back office, show them how to navigate, show them how to add somebody into the business. These are important things, guys. So now what we've got, okay, shout outs. Shout outs are very important. You guys know I'm like the king of shout outs. I straight up will give somebody a shout out for washing their hands after going to the bathroom. Okay, I'm like shout out city. I try to find something positive to give somebody a shout out for. And the reason is because we live for recognition. Okay, what do they say? Babies cry for it, men and women die for it. Okay, we love recognition. Find a reason to give somebody recognition. There's no better recognition than getting started in this business. So make sure you're tagging them, putting a picture, giving them a big shout out on our Flex page. Like, these are very important things, guys. And welcome calls. Okay, there's plenty of leadership. And I'm telling you right now, I can't even believe the amount of talent that we have on this team this early on in the game. So if you don't have everybody's phone number, start asking for it. Okay, we have the Flex page for a reason. You guys can communicate with each other. Okay, when you guys see people getting added to the page, like add them. You know, communicate with them, get their phone numbers. Why am I saying this? Because welcome calls should be done almost immediately. You bring somebody in the business, they've signed up, start putting them on the phone with leadership. If you guys need Travis Flaherty's number, just ask. We'll get you guys that number. You know, he's Travis and Summer are some of the best sponsors. You know, my wife and I, we can take welcome calls. You know, there's so many leaders inside of this group that can take welcome calls. They can make that person feel like they're not alone, and they made the right decision by getting started here at this Flex team with Mint. So welcome calls. Now, then you're going to talk about the Flex 5X system again. Okay, you've used it to help close them. Chances are there's maybe been a day or two that have passed since you've actually decided to sit down with them or do a Google Hangout launch, whichever you prefer. Now you need to go into detail the Flex 5X system. Here's what I know. I know that I don't know everything about Mint already. I can't answer all of your questions. I can't. Okay, I know that my wife and I are almost at a 6-figure income, and I can't answer all of the questions of the comp plan and every question somebody has about their website or why their products haven't come in, or you know, all these questions. Like I don't know everything. Okay, and the reason is, guys, is because you don't have to know everything. You don't have to be an expert to go out there and make a lot of money in network marketing. You don't. What you have to do is be that crazy guy at the party that jumps in first with his clothes on into the swimming pool. Okay, you got those people that are kind of looking at it, and then you always get that big crazy guy that's had way too much to drink, and he goes and he just does a cannonball fully clothed into that pool, and he's having the best time. Okay, that's kind of what I look at this business is like. I don't know everything, but all I know is as soon as I got my products, actually not even realistically that, as soon as I signed up, I was hitting those phones. I was hitting those phones because I was fired up. Erica was hitting those phones because she was fired up. We're like, all right, who can we get into this business? Because we are fired up. We're not experts, but we know how to go out there and make money. We know how to go out there and ultimately just do what we're told and go out there and smash this system, and it's worked out so far. So people ask us questions. I don't know all the answers, and you're not supposed to. You're just supposed to follow this system and trust that things will work out. It's the reason we have this system in place. So like I said, guys, the Flex 5X system, we're going to go into detail right now. And by the way, if you feel you already know this system, still take notes, okay? Because I'm telling you right now, I'm getting questions from other people and other people's people on day one questions over this system. So not everybody knows this system. So please, no egos aside, guys, make sure you're taking notes on this system, because I promise you, like we've taken. Kai, some of you guys remember Kai from Secret, right? He had this S4S system. It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. And we were able to take the things that worked, and I thought kind of remove the things that didn't work and really add our own style onto it over here. And I'm telling you guys, it's already helped. What it's designed to do is help rank advancements and really cram BV in your binary tree. Okay, so these are really important things, guys. So number one, we have, like I said, we split it up into 3 sections, 5, 10, and 15. Section 5. So one of the first things you want to focus on is your 5 convention tickets. Okay, 5 convention tickets. This is something most people's systems don't have. Now here's why. If you've noticed when you've gotten a kit, there's a convention ticket already in there. Okay, so what this is doing, this is brilliant. It's really making people committed to being inside of Mint long term. Okay, our convention is at the end of July in Utah. So you're already getting a convention ticket, which most of you know, can range anywhere from like 70, 80 bucks all the way to 200, depending on how long you wait for the convention to start or before you actually get your tickets. So you're already, just by saying, all right, I'm going to be committed by being able to be paid more and have all the products. Now you're also getting a voucher, and you're already set, right? You just have to figure out the hotel and the travel arrangements, but you already have the ticket to get in, which is awesome. So when we say you have to have 5 convention tickets, what this essentially means is you got yours because you committed to a path, and you're going to go out there and at least get your core 4 done within your month, so they all have their tickets as well. So that's the 5 we're talking about. You and 4 others with their tickets for Utah. Now, like I said, guys, this is all the bare minimum. This is for the average person. Okay, if you want to be a rock star and go above and beyond, by all means, go do that. Okay, so 5 convention tickets. Now, the last part in the 5 section would be 5 text messages a day, following the texting system. Why is this so important, guys? It's to make sure that you're actually able to go out there, before your next auto ship comes in, you don't have products stacking up. You guys are getting paid from your couch or from your desk or wherever you're at, from the grocery store, wherever you're sending text messages at, right? 5 text messages a day, which would equal, if you're doing a 5-day week, right, 25 text messages a week. On average, the network marketing average for the really, really below average people, you're going to get 1 out of every 10 people to either join you or buy from you. Okay, so if you're sending out text messages to have people actually go out there and support your business, a really rough day in the office would still be 1 out of 10. So if you've sent out 25 text messages for the week, 1 out of 10, that equals 2.5 buyers. Okay, now if you guys have already looked at the texting system, for the energy drinks, you're sending out 6 packs. Right? You're moving 6 packs for $20. And the reason is because everybody has $20. People would give you $20 just for asking, but now you're giving them, a 6-pack energy drinks to consume with no business opportunity attached to it, no pitch, nothing like that. Right? So you're getting $20 from that. So if you have 2.5 buyers for $20, we all know that equals $50 for the week. That's just $50. Now, is that crazy? No, that's not. But that's just because we're talking about 5 text messages a day to your list, to the people in your phone, to the people on your Facebook. All right. So you're out there you're committing to 5 text messages a day. Okay. So if we know $50 times 4 weeks, right, that's an extra $200 in your pocket. All right, I'm telling you right now, most companies that I've ever studied, and this is a horrible stat, most companies we've studied, the average person doesn't even make $200 in their first month. And we're just talking about just sending text messages. We're not even talking about the other parts of the system. Okay, so now we move it down. We've covered the 5. Now we're going to go down to the 10. Okay, now like I said, if you're writing this down on a piece of paper and you're showing a prospect, you're just saying 5, drawing a line about 1/3 of the way down, 10, drawing a line about 2/3 of the way down, and then 15. So the section 10, we're going to say 10 pounds lost in 7 days. Big shout out to Chris Schweiss. I know he just started his cleanse today. If you guys have already done it, you need to invest in some toilet paper because it gets pretty crazy, right? So 10 pounds in 7 days. What we're essentially saying is get yourself on the cleanse. All right, get yourself on the cleanse. And the reason is because now it doesn't matter whether you're heavy set or you're like me. I consider myself the skinny fat guy, right? You got a little bit soft because of beer, right? I'm telling you right now, 10 pounds. I was able to lose like 9 pounds in my first week, which was ridiculous because I have trouble, gaining and losing weight. I'm just a thin dude. And still, I was able to actually go out there and really cut up. I was actually able to see my abs for the first time since high school, which is crazy to me. And it was all from trying this detox, right? Trying that first phase, the detox phase, the cleanser. And so, guys, the reason this is important is because this is going to get you emotionally attached. It's going to get your distributors emotionally attached to the results. So now they're going to be fired up because they know what they're showing people, what they're giving people doesn't just taste good, but it works. Okay, and that's another thing that's really key, guys, is in that first week, really building their story, not just financially, but also with the products as well. So now they're actually able to go out and be like, oh my gosh, I just lost 10 pounds. I just lost 11 pounds in my first week from my kitchen, just putting this powder together before bed, drinking it, waking up, and then obviously if you've done it, you know what happens then. But that's one of the big keys, guys. 10 pounds in 7 days, okay? The next 10 pages of GoPro. If you already know and you bought a senior kit, it might be in the junior kit as well. GoPro comes with that launch kit, okay? It's really awesome because we've come from different companies, different backgrounds where it's like, oh, we really want you guys to read 10 pages of a good book each day, but it's hard because there isn't a set book, right? There's no book, right? You just got to go out to a library, go out to Barnes & Noble or something and pick up a book. Here, the book comes to you. It's GoPro. It's one of the easiest books in the history of books to read. It looks like it was written for a preschooler, but it will show you everything that you need to have for network marketing success. Okay, so we're really highly suggesting everybody goes and really reads 10 pages a day. If you're not a very good reader like myself, I was always taught your brain is like, it's a muscle, right? So it's just like a bicep. Right? The more you read, the more you work out your bicep, the stronger it gets. The stronger of a reader you get, the more you read. Right? So start with 10 pages a day, guys. Nothing crazy. This is for the average person. Go read 10 pages a day of GoPro, and I promise you, you get through that book, you might even want to read it again. But you're going to start understanding network marketing. See, I can't teach you, right? Your sponsor can't teach you everything about network marketing. Erica can't teach you everything about network marketing. Travis Flaherty, Summer Flaherty, they can't teach you everything about network marketing. But you can really help like kind of close that gap by kind of learning network marketing on your own as well. Okay, and it's awesome. That book comes to you. It's part of the kit. This is huge. I've never seen another company do that before. Okay, so that's another 10. The last 10, the last of the 3 10s is 10 exposures a week. Okay, now here's the reality of it. This is going to be probably one of the most skipped ones, but hands down is the most important one, period, end of all, period. Make sure you're doing this, period. Okay, 10 exposures a week. Okay, that's 2 a day, 5 days a week. Okay. Okay, 2 a day. Everybody, I don't care if you work full-time, if you work extra full-time, if you work part-time, if you don't work at all, everybody can do at least 2 exposures a week or 2 exposures a day. What does that mean? That means you go out there and you share the mint opportunity with somebody. And then for me, I don't really consider it an exposure personally if I haven't put that person on a 3-way call or at the very minimum followed up with them. Okay, but 2 exposures a day. If you're sitting in this business and you've been in for almost a month or a month and you're not where you want to be, I promise you, you're not doing two full 100% exposures a day. I promise you. I guarantee it, in fact. Okay, 2 exposures a day. You're looking at 40 exposures, or you're looking at 40 exposures for the month. Okay, now like we go back to that average, 1 out of every 10 people are going to buy or join depending on what you're showing them. So if you're doing 2 exposures a day, 40 a month, you're going to be roughly at 1 out of every 10. If you're having a tough time, 1 out of every 10. That's still your core 4 in your first month. That's still your 4 people, 4 out of 40. 1 out of 10 times 4 weeks is 4 out of 40. Okay, that's perfect because right there, that's giving you right around if you do everything the correct way, senior kits all the way around, you're looking at just off of that right around a $1,500 bonus as long as it's done within your first month. I mean, that's the majority of the $2,000 you were really trying to make anyways. Okay, and that's just from going out there and getting 4 people. I freak out because I really don't know another company just based off of that alone that has so much upfront money to the average person. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I'm being real with you guys. Like, I know 4 people might sound like a lot. It's really not. 4 people is not a lot of people if you're following this system. Okay, 2 exposures a day, 10 a week, 40 a month. You have your core 4 guaranteed if you're doing this system the way it's written up. Okay, so like I said, if you go out there, you get your 4 out of your 40, you're roughly looking at your core 4. You're at least looking at right around $1,500, but probably closer to the $2,000 range. Okay, so now we move it down into the 15 section. Like I said, it starts off with 5, then goes down to 10, and then now we're at the bottom of the page where you're writing this down for 15. There's three 15s. Number 1, the first 15 minutes of an audio a day. Probably going to be the first or second most skipped step. And the reason is because most people think that they're too busy to throw a disc a self-help disc into their car or put on Tony Robbins in the morning when they're eating breakfast or, whatever. But I'm here to tell you guys, if you're able to listen to music, right, on your way to work or, when you first wake up or at the gym or whatever, you're able to listen to 15 minutes of good audio, business building audio, self-help audio, personal development audio every single day. And I promise you, here's the reason we put this system into place, guys, is number 1, it's easy. And number 2, we're here to create professionals. I would rather have 20 professionals inside an organization than 100 amateurs any day of the week. Okay, so that's what we're here to do, guys. That's why we have the personal development, put into the system. That's why we have the audio put into the system, is because we want you guys to actually go out there and become professionals. Okay? And there's a lot of amateurs out there that you guys are going to see online. We're not here to do that. We're here to create an army of people that are going to go out there and become rich. And how you do that is personally developing. How you do that is the easy steps. Now here's the word of caution, guys, with our system. Okay? Is it's very easy to do. What that means is it's very easy not to do as well. Okay, so we want to make sure that even though it's easy, that you guys are sticking with it. Okay, every single day. I mean, have it written in your planner. 15 minutes audio. This 15 minutes is no questions, undebatable, non-negotiable. 15 minutes of audio. I'm going to be listening to it every single day at this time. And if you miss it, make sure before you go to bed, you're throwing 15 more minutes of audio into your ear, because I'm telling you, this step is going to get skipped by a lot of you. You're saying, oh, no, it's not. I'll make sure I do it. I'm fired up. You're still going to skip it. I'm telling you, don't. Listen to Tony Robbins. Listen to Holton Buggs has some good audio out there on YouTube. I mean, you could YouTube anybody and you can listen to it. I promise you. So 15 minutes audio. The second 15 is 15 six-packs moved in a month. Now, to me, this is kind of like that last little like cherry on top goal for you, right? Just to go out there and help you make an extra $300. You know, if you go out there and you move 15 six-packs for your month, you're going to go out there and make at least an extra $300 on top of everything else you've made, putting you over the $2,000 mark. And that's really important, guys. And it's very, very, very simple because, like they said, it's Girl Scouts, Girl Scout cookie season, right? And I've heard Travis say this a bunch of times, and it's absolutely true. You have somebody knock on your door, you have somebody at the store that's trying to sell you Girl Scout cookies saying, hey, my daughter's trying to hit this goal or become this or do that. And you mind buying some Girl Scout cookies? Other than the fact that they're delicious, most people buy Girl Scout cookies. And the reason is because they love helping people without feeling like they're being pitched, without feeling like they're having, you know, this and that product stuffed down their throat. No, people will do favors. People will help out. And what this is doing is it's getting them to consume the products without the business opportunity attachment. I mean, is there any better retention than Girl Scout cookies year after year after year? You know it's Girl Scout cookie season. Like, you already know, and you're ready for it. You know, you might even say, oh, I'm going to say no this year, but you never do. And the reason is because they taste good and people love doing people favors. Okay, so that's one. That's it. Just kind of give you an extra $300 using the texting system. And we've already talked about how you guys go out there and maximize the texting system. So then the last one is $1,500, right? So 15, right? $1,500 for the month. And that's based off of hitting your core 4. You know, guys, you know, one of my old mentors said, keep it very simple, right? You're here to hit your fast start and help other people hit their fast start. Don't overcomplicate things. So we have a really simple system in place, but realistically, the end of all goals at that month is to have your core 4, hit square, and then go help your team obviously move their products out the door with the texting system, but more importantly, go square as well. Okay, we just want to be squares producing squares producing squares. The people that can really wrap their head around that will make more money than anybody else in this company, I promise you. The people that say, oh, I want to go hit this rank or that rank or this rank or that rank without even thinking about square, like, you're going to get murdered. You're going to get beat up, I promise. You want to be that person that keeps it very simple. Go square, produce squares. Use this system as your guideline, as your tool, and I promise you, your first month is going to look better than everybody else's. So so that's pretty much it, guys. We've covered the 5, 10, 15, right? The Flex 5X system. It's very simple, guys. Very, very simple. It's used to help close out people, help build belief, help them go out there in their first 30 days and really have a good check, right? A big belief check. So if anyone gives them a hard time about being involved in network marketing, they can not only give them an awesome energy drink to shut them up, but they can show them a $2,000, $3,000 check, and that'll do the same as well. So then we kind of move down, guys, into the closing section of this. Team goals. We have a lot of people getting ready to hit square. A lot of people that are watching this video saying, okay, I'm gonna follow the system to a T, and I want to go out there and I want to make sure that I have a lot of success. So some of the team goals I would highly suggest, guys, is rank advancements, right? I mean, if you haven't hit square, obviously that should be your rank to go hit, right? Is really go out there and focus on hitting square within, I think within the next, within the next 7 to 10 days. I mean, most people should be able to go out there and just really hit this system because, guys, the numbers that we gave you, the 1 out of every 10, that is for the person that just, you've always seen that really awkward person that just can't figure something out. That is the numbers for you. Most people should be able to be 2 to 3 out of 10. Okay, I promise. I mean, the real network marketing for the average person is 2 out of 10, but we like to keep it at 1 out of 10 to really set that expectation for the average person and show them how easy it is for them to actually go out, follow the system, and go make it happen. So rank advancements every week, and then convention, hotels, and flights booked. Yeah, it's in July. Yeah, it's in late July. But guess what? We want to have the biggest team there, bar none, hands down. We want to have an absolute blast, party hard in Utah, guys, and it starts now. I promise. One of the best things I ever learned is it never gets cheaper than it is right now. Right? Your flights, right? Your hotels. It never gets cheaper than right now. After you're done watching this video, it would behoove you to maybe hit up Travis. Find out exactly where our convention is at. Maybe call corporate. Find out where our convention's at as far as like hotels that are nearby, and just go put your card on file. Most hotels, you don't even have to run your card. You can just put it on file and you've got your room saved. Like, these are the sort of things that you're going to want to do now, and you're going to want to help your team do now. And the reason is because you're going to want to have a massive team at convention, because that's where a lot of the heavy lifting is done for you. A lot of the belief building is done for you. Okay, guys, after that, also, when you hit square, Kyle and Emily, you know, they hit square. Evan Johnson, he just hit square. What we'd like, guys, is shoot a text message or a message or call Eric or I and give us your address. Okay, we're sending out trophies, guys, to everybody that hits their core 4. We want to bring trophies back because we know how important that can be for a lot of people. We had some really killer flex trophies that we want to get to you as soon as you hit your core 4. So as soon as you hit it, send a message to Erica, send a message to me with your address, and we will make sure we send you guys out a trophy for getting what I believe is the most important accomplishment inside of Mint, and that is your fast start, because that's where the belief is going to be through the roof. That's where your check is going to be fairly big for your first couple days of network marketing, believe me, and that's where you're going to be able to do a lot of damage. So make sure you guys are sending out your address to us so we can get that trophy to you guys, because one of the things that we wanted to do that you'll see a lot of leaders not do is we really want to pour our income back into our team. Okay, we really want to give back to our team and really help them celebrate success. We're really working on some other ideas for higher ranks, guys. So far we're working on trophies for everybody that hits square. This is a very, very big deal, and we really appreciate everybody that goes out there and goes and makes that happen. So lastly, what do you do now other than going out there showing people the deal? You know, showing people, you know, the Mint opportunity. Getting them on board, a lot of things that you can guys do. We can take a lot of the culture, a lot of the experiences we've learned from our previous companies, right? You know, have dinners, have team dinners, have team masterminds. I know one of the big things that are popular here in Mint is taking that texting system and having people come over on a Saturday, getting everyone over there for about 4 or 5 hours and just following that texting system, shooting out text messages, moving products, getting people onto your website, right? Winning, going out there, rank advancing while you guys are all together sitting in one room, because what it's going to do is it's going to develop a community. It's going to develop a competitiveness. Okay, guys, and these are things that we really want. You know, we don't have, you know, academies every week right now. We don't have these sort of things. We don't have monthly regional events yet, right? All these things are coming, but you guys are the pioneers of Mint. So what we want is we want you guys to kind of take initiative. Start your own Google Hangouts. Start your own, you know, team meetings at your house. Start these things, guys, because if it doesn't start with you, it's not going to start with anybody. You're the first people inside of this Mint opportunity right now, and it's time to go take advantage of it. So make sure you guys are doing texting parties. Make sure you guys are doing team dinners, masterminds. I know Eric and I we're going to be up in we're going to be at San Diego here in a few days, and then we're going straight up to Portland. We're going to have some team dinners, going to go bowling, hang out, really develop that culture with everyone, guys, because it's very, very important. So with that, I hope everybody that got on here learned something. If you need to rewatch this, obviously we'll have the link for you guys as well. Get this out to your team because you want to make sure that everybody is following this system. So with that, on behalf of Eric and I just wanted to say thank you so much, guys, for tuning in tonight, and let's go finish this week strong, and let's go break some records. Peace.